Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and the Secret World Legends. And yes, we have passed the 325 subscriber mark, so this is the bonus episode, which has been unlocked around the Valentine season. This is going to give this kind of a weird thematic spin here. As you can see, I have got the Valentine mascot Izzy Bearstein right here at my feet. P got him during the last Valentine special in which we did the actual Valentine's mission, but since they're simply repeating this one, and this is going to be romantically themed in a way, I thought it'd be appropriate to do this mission for this bonus episode. Now, we've also unlocked the 350 subscribers, which means there should be a museum episode also dropping here. If it's not, give me a day or two. I'm recording in advance, and the museum episode is just about done. But I do have to go actually kill a few things before I can get to... Ooh, sorry with that last exhibit. Yeah, I may bump into the microphone a couple of times here. It's a new setup on this desk, and I'm trying to figure out if it's working better. I think I was better off with a left-handed version, but we'll see about it. In any case, we're going to be dealing with Callisto's investigation mission. As you remember, Callisto is not his real... Thank you. Callisto's the vampire that's been chilling this cave since the... Iron Age? Not quite, but you know, since Dracula's ascension as a vampire hunter and Mara's corruption as a vampiress, and that's actually what we're going to be doing with this particular episode. We're going to be dealing with his tragic backstory. And as you can see by the decor of this cave, I mean, I swear, I don't think those are books over there. I think he's just been journaling for several centuries. I mean, it's why he got so upset the first mission when we started looking at him. But in any case, let's talk to the dude and see what we can find out of what he wants us to do. The Red Thread. Callisto, Maro, and Vlad Dracula are forever bound. But there's another, a dark female figure that Callisto has never seen, those senses everywhere. Dude, you are dense. It's Lilith. We know it's Lilith. We knew it was Lilith before we got to this section. And apparently you just... Seriously, dude. I'm also wondering where he gets his clothes from. I'm guessing it's victims because, you know, obviously his threads aren't from that period and they wouldn't have lasted as long as they were. He is convinced that she is the red thread that undid them all. Tier 1, Mara gave Alessandro Ferrasui the name Callisto, which is a female name, by the way. Don't know, maybe he presents. After taking on an interest in Greek mythology, their relationship has since twisted into something obsessive and grotesque. Well, I killed her for you, or got Dracula to kill you for you, so... I've always wondered, since we're locked in this time point, what does he do in the regular time points when he, after Mara's dead? My guess is he just embraces the sunset, and, you know, in this final plea to the underworld to be united forever with his friend and lovers. Because I honestly think he and Vlad had a thing, and that's the real reason. Anyways, I mean, the real reason they got really upset about this. Anyways, in the beginning, she and the poet were drawn to each other, uncover more about their past. Oh, this is going to be great.
Centuries are too long and too cold for vendetta. I have tried to purge myself of it all. Her betrayal of Vlad Dracula, my patron, my friend. The Queen Mara has surely forgotten hunting me for some new cruel pursuit. But how can I forget? It was she who named me Callisto from her Greek studies. A woman's name. I did not say she studied well.
I got that.
And it was she who made me all that I now am. Less than human. A bloodthirsty beast. A cowering Judas. She made a trophy of me before I could resist. Haughty, hungering. She was certain that Vlad too would bare his neck for her. She misjudged him badly.
Yep.
She shared none of my weaknesses for flesh, for power, for immortality. We three were puppets in a passion play, but to whose strings did we truly dance? That one earns my enmity until the sun is swallowed up. The shape, the scent of a woman I never saw clearly, but I sense her everywhere. In the candle's guttering flame, in the pool of a shattered flagon, in rose petals crushed underfoot, traces of red. Even now, even here to this very day. But it cannot be. My hate deludes me. She is a vision, a dream. My shame and guilt made waking dream. And the centuries have passed, too long and too cold for vendetta.
Okay. So, yeah, fun place where Mario studied. Ooh, do we have a spot? No, we don't. But obviously it's going to be over here at the monastery with the flappy flaps. Because the monasteries in medieval times were the only places you really stored books outside of the nobles. And she studied, which means she didn't have the books at her place. God, this amount of wax. Yeah, dude, red. Red's a theme down here, too. Now, I'm being probably kind of hard on him, by the way. Ooh, hang on a second. Arctic conditions. Let's pop out the wolf. I kind of like him. And boom. Come on, you're appropriate. Okay, so, yeah, I'm being too hard on, by the way. Lilith commands all vampires, so odds are Lilith just messes with his head continually. He finds out that it's Lilith, then finds out, you know, oh my god, it's terrible, then wipes his mind for the fun of it. Let's face it, she's really that much of a troll. Okay, here we are over at the thing. Wait, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I'm definitely going the wrong way. Should we get... Never mind, guys. Sorry to bother you. There's no reason to go play with the giant vampires. Actually quite lovely. I mean, the thing is about being a bee is you're immune to environmental effects, so you can run naked through a blizzard. I think it'd be kind of boring. I mean, I'd kind of prefer long sots. And there's also the fact that we're a fellow immortal.
Special assignment received.
Oh, God, here we go. All right. What we're going to do is probably go with the invisibility. Remember, we're not doing this in context, and I just don't want to keep fighting these things forever. Last time I was here, as somebody once put, that episode was half an hour of me fighting evil monks and cursing. All right, so the Deathless. Now, if I recall, there's a library around here somewhere, and I've just got to figure out where it was. If it takes too long, per usual, I'll do the cutting thing. The front door is busted. How do I get up there? I'm asking you guys for directions. You kind of suck at that. And here we go. It's this way. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. I am totally just chilling out in your books, all right? All right, cool. I'm probably going to have to kill these guys, aren't I? Yep. Kind of hoping they'd stop here, but no, we don't. Anybody still alive? Or undead? Scourge your ass. Oh, there you are. And let's get touchy. I know normally it's you touching the altar boys, but today we're doing something different. Alright. God, you're ugly at close range. One-eyed, too. Alright. Search for a library book for a book about Callisto. Okay. I think we could do that. No insight. Book of Job. That's Bible. It's useless. What are you? Give me a... the problem is that these zombies aren't giving me a title. Oh, well, randomly? Cool. Metamorphosis by Ovid. Can't read that, but it does say... I'm always wondering, why is she doing this in English? Or is the beast translating for us? Because she'd be at least doing it in Romanian. If not Latin or Greek. We always did dance around each other. Of course I knew you were in love with me, you vile dilettante. Why else would you have stayed in the castle when he went away? Why else would you be seeking my secrets even now? I wonder how insulting it is to her that he's not actually doing this. Just a complete stranger who's apparently bored out of their immortal mind. Because remember, from their point of view, our conflict with Mara and Lilith hasn't happened. This is a time point set before that. So, literally, our immortal selves are coming back here just to dig around for this information. Or perhaps Gaia wants it. It could be interesting if bees, besides being warriors, are also the investigators of Gaia. Just wants all the information that we can find for her. I imagine there's probably some poor immortal bee, or probably not poor, they're probably a bookworm, just chilling in the libraries of Alexandria right now, just reading everything to make sure it's not lost when it burns in our past and in their future. Oh, extemporal mechanics. I've been sure the centuries have done nothing to sharpen your verse. But what about your wit? My past has been hidden in the long shadows of gods. My soul is a song you must play in the dark. These are the weight of my burdens. Mara, 1863. Oh, God, I'm stuck in a vampire... I'm stuck in a vampire soap opera. Great. Why am I doing this? Ooh, darkness. So I guess we turn these things off, and it looks like if you turn one off... Oh, it's a puzzle. I gotta figure out, yeah, what turns them on and off as per what you do. Oh. Wow. Total randomness. Spectral lyre. This is a type of Greek harp, of course. Alright. play it? Let me guess. Yes. Okay. Put this in the usual spot of shift 2. Alright, cool. Oh, great. It's not going to taking into account solid objects. This way, right? You guys suck. Did I miss something? Alright, do I have to do this again? Oh, great. I have to do this all the time, aren't I? That way. And it takes off of my thing. Oh, God, I'm going to be fighting the whole way. Gonna apologize for this. Oh, wait. He was yellow. He wasn't hostile. Oh, well, this was my fault. I'll take full responsibility for this one. The rest of them are mine. Or not mine. Oh, okay. You're yellow as well. So, nope, nope. Doesn't work that way. Damn it. I was hoping. Guys. I was hoping to make him non-hostile. Do we? Must we? Right then. You don't need to be lingering around here anymore. Midnight Mass is over. Boom. Circle of Sulfur? Unholy Denial? Guys have issues. Yeah. Let's get started with, guys. You spam you. Really? We cool for the moment? Up there. Probably this way. Okay, we'll slip around through the graveyard because it's always my favorite place to go. And it's not here. God damn it. Instrument of the Mother. Right. Yeah, the first mother, Lilith. Yeah, that depends on... Actually, it kind of works in multiple mythologies because she's a mother goddess in Babylonian. Just, you know, the mother goddess of the wild. Which is why she's the first mother, because the wild precedes civilized life, as it were. And, oh, hey, I killed a bunch of bunks. And in, of course, the heretical Gnostics, the Lilith is, of course, the precursor to Eve. And, as a result, the mother beforehand. Now, the reason is that she didn't have the kids with Adam, mind you. So I got through there. Oh, gods. Oh, well, of course, there's a door. How could... Ah. Excellent. We followed the trail. Removed the protective wards. Uh-huh. Symbol of Juno. Symbol of Jupiter. Oh. Oh. Right then. So we're supposed to do this in the order of the music. I'm not good with music, so... Alright, this is how it's going to work, guys. I'm going to play with this for a bit, and then I'll find the right combination -1 note, and then I'll reset it and do it again, just for you guys. So I hope you appreciate the amount of stress I'll be going through in a short period of time. Hang on. Okay, so third time's the charm, I think. I've tried recording this twice so far, and it's still not come up. All right, Callisto's first. We already figured that one out by random choice. Then Diana, because we're doing this by the notes each one represents, and I've been listening to that song way too much. And next is going to be Jupiter, which is supposed to be a lightning bolt, but kind of gets rendered like 3 sticks stuck together, which is somebody else's symbol entirely. Jupiter again. Then Juno, peacock feather, because she represents the glory of the femininity, which can be often represented as a peacock. Then Jupiter, then Diana, and Jupiter, because he's a freaking hog about these things. Then Diana again, and Callisto, and dude, out of the way. You're gonna mess me up. And Diana. And Jupiter. And then Juno. Then Boy, we gotta talk. Jupiter. Jupiter. Diana. Diana. Here we go. The last one should be Callisto. Cross your fingers. Oh, thank God that works. Right then, take the symbols. Oh, I've been looking at these things for entirely too long. Alright, cool. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, solve the third line of the verse. Hang on a second. Third line of the verse, because I got this over here, by the way. If the sound goes out, that means I've switched windows, and since I'm not using a dual setup at the moment, it's going to happen a little more than I want it to. Third one is the weights of my burdens. Oh, for crying out loud. This is going to get... That's the thing about vampires. You live so long, you get edgy and emo, and then you just think that everything's fine. So... Who is... Weights. Alright, so... Priorities. Because it looks like this is... Oh! Alright. If we assume that height is relative power, that means that we're supposed to be seeing that the burdens in her life. So the first one would probably... Let's see if I've got this. Probably be Jupiter, because he would be the symbol of...
Quick access inventory updated.
Alright, great. Shift 2. Alright, cool. The greatest. There we go. It's the kingship, and of course, in a patriarchal society, the actual King Dracula would be the problem. Now, the burden next would be whom? Would it be the queenship, which is Juno, or would it be Callisto as her suitor? Because we could say that the men in her life are her issue. And does she see herself as the queen or as the Callisto? Sorry, as Diana, the maiden. If we assume that she's gone to kind of nuts with the idea that Juno is Lilith is her queen, because obviously the queen commands her. So let's see if we put Juno in next. It also might represent the alright, not trying to delete it. Alright, so Juno's next, and then if she sees herself as Diana, the next would be Callisto. Right. You know, kind of making this up as I go along. Like I said, I try not to use a guide unless it's really nutsoid. Then investigation missions like this tend to be the one that does it the most. All right. No, apparently that wasn't the thing. Okay, so let's do this. The queenship. Let's take off the queen, because she might see the queen as her ally. Basically that, let's see. Let's assume that Lilith is the queen. All right, so we put Juno here as being the least burden, because she finds Callisto, who she really hates, by the way, because, you know, your exes. Oh.
How far will you go without going all the way? You're so thirsty, but you don't drink. Must we play this game forever? The truth is, I find your poems boring, and you'll get nothing from me. At least, no more than the endless years you've gotten already. The water babbles, Callisto, but not for you. Because you were never among her favorite.
Great. So I'm getting voicemails between vampires. The great thing alright, I gotta give points, by the way, to Callisto for never doing this. Literally, the greatest insult to her, as probably to the Tamara, is to be utterly ignored. So finally, I get it. I get why Callisto's hanging out in the cave. I get why he's there moaning himself. Because he's not going to play Mara's game anymore. Mara is just going to have to spend eternity murdering peasants and commanding dumb soldiers and being a slave for Lilith, and he's just going to chill. I mean, catch up on his journaling. I swear, if we could get him an internet connection, he'd make an awesome blogger. You know, maybe he could get a vlog going, hit his own series. All right, so find Har's water. Okay, so find Mara's hidden vault. What is that supposed to mean? Oh God, I have an idea what this might be. Hang on. So if you're seeing this part, was correct in my assumption that she's referring to waters, and all structures that were still around when they were here would have been Roman ones, including the Rum Baths. So some obscure wordplay there, but it's the only place that we have running water. Oh no, I forgot these guys. Can you imagine being converted by the filth and then standing here silently aware and screaming within your own nightmares since the Roman legions were gone? Because it... Oh, well, hey, I'll take this too. Alright, so we gotta go down here and find the actual water. Let's bypass the cannon fodder. Alright. Let's see. Not entirely sure. Wait, there are actually water left in here? Okay, cool. Crackstone Basin. Sol Invictus. It's cool to watch, but I don't think that was it. Alright. So, oh, for crying out loud, they're everywhere. Gonna have to kill a few of these. Okay, so I've cut ahead a bit here and decided not to show you me fighting my way through the Rum Baths, because yeah, this is where we're supposed to go. She refers to, you know, water, and this is the only structure that's older than the castles. It's the only place that would still have water. It's still connected to the dream cultist. She could walk in, do her thing, and we're supposed to find her secret vault. And wait a minute, wait. See, they come from the northeast, and there's a very prominent constellation I have seen with my eyes hundreds of times when I was watching the stars with a kid. I could recognize this pattern anywhere. Big Dipper. I have no idea if that's what we're supposed to be doing. Let's do it. All right, cool. Hey, nice effect, actually. Remember, we're all made of stars. All right, let's try this. There are 3 stars in the handle, by the way. Technically, one of them is a double star, but in Roman times, you wouldn't have a telescope large enough to actually see it. So tell me, is this it? No. All right, maybe we have to do Ursa Major. Huh. Okay, I can tell this is going to take a bit, so another jump cut coming up where I figure out what we're supposed to be doing here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, so if this works, I'm going to be really surprised. I've been trying to replicate Ursa Major, which is the Great Bear, of course, Ursa Minor, which is the bear, and I have jumped back and forth a dozen times, looked at a freaking star map, and I'm hoping that this is it, because I've done a... Oh my god. That was it? Seriously? Like, I gotta say something about this. I know this is primarily a European style based game, and I was getting more European people, but this constellation, by the way, isn't in all of the sky. I mean, the Southern Hemisphere doesn't... Oops, sorry. Southern Hemisphere doesn't have it. Okay, where's her freaking journal? Oh, it's over there. So, yeah, let's get this straight. Mara set this up to tease her poor boy, a boy toy, into finding little messages she left behind 200 plus years ago. Because frankly, the immortals, when they're not being told by their evil masters to take over the world, have nothing better to do with their time. Frankly, though, I suppose we should be glad of that. Okay, a poster just fell off the wall here. Don't know if it's a comment about anything or just random luck. But anyways, so yeah, so they've been spending this whole time creating elaborate, not even traps. I mean, this is like the vampires are LARPing. I mean, seriously, most LARPing involving vampires these days was World of Darkness. Now apparently the vampires have been, this is because the vampires have been doing it. Someone once said that, dealing with the World of Darkness, by the way, is that the longer these mortals get when they have a human mind, because we should have already gone over the Fae, how the Fae can keep immortality because we have an immortal purpose driving us that excludes our own needs on an emotional level, kind of replaces them entirely. In this case, dealing with these immortals, since they have human drives, but they don't die, they just get crazier and crazier as the consciousness gets more and more complex. Anyways, I'm going on. Alright, cool. This is going to be a short episode because I've cut out a lot of stuff that's just grind work. Ooh, decoding the fangs. Complete all investigation missions. And... seriously? Okay, I think we're done. Summer, 1462. Remember, this is 400 years before she decided... Okay, so in 1642, she set up this whole thing right here It's skimming ahead. She's before she became a vampire, so I'm guessing she did stick it here in 1462. She did so in the 1800s, which means at some point that she managed to get like a vampire mason to come out here, and they set up this trap over like a dozen years so they could just balance it perfectly against this, while of course fending off the occasional rogue shade, just so she can have a momentary mind screw with her old boy toy. All right. Seriously, Mara, I'm glad you're dead. Because apparently you must have been decent before you became a vampire, because Drac wanted to save your soul, but your vampirism has just kind of put you over the edge. Anyways, Callisto has been ill ever since the poet's sense of timing. He hasn't even glimpsed her, and for this I am grateful. He would only have sought to seduce her with flowery words that mean nothing. Okay, so before she becomes a vampire, she just really didn't like him. So we all now can conclude from this, by the way, that Mara was just sleeping with Vlad. Sleeping with Callisto to make Vlad pissed off, because Vlad was more interested in making war against the Turks than he was staying home at night. The thing is, she really should have known this. The 1400s, you're 1400s and you're a noble woman. Your purpose isn't love. Okay, romantic love is a relatively recent invention, basically created by poets in France. But in the meantime, marriage was a duty. It was her job to provide Vlad's heirs, raise them. It was her job to hold the throne when Vlad was gone. And it was her job to maintain a cultured air so that people would think they weren't barbarians. Instead, however, she decided to sleep with the poet. Frankly, Vlad should have seen that coming. And get turned into a vampire. Everybody's got their hobbies. He calls to me at night, demands to know who it is I allowed in the castle, demands to know why I screamed. A girlfriend from the village, I tell him. All mine, and I will not share her. But you can scream now too, sweet Callisto. Scream forever. Okay, so she is a vampire in 1462. Okay, so we're not judging Mara at this point when she was alive. Frankly, the brief 4 seconds we saw of her during the end of the mission where she's killed indicate that she's probably rather simple. I watched the blood pool on his pillows and thought of Vlad in battle. I feel the red nights are coming. Oh, horror, she says that she must leave me. Oh, glorious, the way she kissed. Well, you know, you've been around since the first age. I'd imagine you could pick up some techniques. Anyways, let's see what Kirsten has to say about this snark. Your trademark snark, sweetie. Oh my god, do it already. Oh, wait, they did already do it? Oh, so confused now. I am seriously tempted to shift all our priorities towards this thing just to see how it ends. Okay, Kirsten, Good Valley Girl, has been watching soap operas most of her life. So she really got into this. Here's my reading so far. Callisto and Mara were getting all cuddly when some other woman appeared and stole the soap opera. Some bullshit ethereal figure they both invented to cover up and or justify the little affair? Unlikely. I'd love to give you a detailed physical description of this other woman so you can be on the lookout. Unfortunately, everyone she comes in contact seems to call gaga, twisted, or dead. Ciao, ciao. Anyways, yeah. There we go. We all know it's Lilith, by the way. And the reason that she doesn't know it's Lilith, because if you're called in the timeline we're frozen in right now, she doesn't know about, she hasn't appeared. We've only seen glimpsed her in one mission possibly before now, when her head is of course dramatically concealed. And this particular, I've got a, I love how we've got this, the twisted back there, just like chilling, you know, not bothering us. I'm cool with that. Anyways, so the thing is that at this point in the timeline, we have not actually directly identified Lilith as the villainess. And even when we pop into this timeline, all of the NPCs are locked at this point because as mortals, they're time bound. And we, as an immortal being, are locked outside of time. They don't know yet. I really have to work in this new setup. That's kind of more convenient in a lot of ways because the microphone is now closer to my mouth. I don't have to stretch as far, which is probably bad for my back, but it does mean I keep running into this arm, which I do apologize. So yeah, that is our Valentine episode for 2021. Kind of messed up, but this has kind of been a messed up year so far. So the immortal love triangle between Vlad, Callisto, and Dracula was just Lilith deciding to sleep with Dracula's wife. I mean, we know that she's here for the Gaia engine, and she's here for Anima/Emma, but neither one of these were accessible to her at this time. Did she just decide she wanted to try and conquer Transylvania for the fun of it? Was she trying to hold the resources, because this is pre-Orochi's period, long enough to be able to dig them out with the vampire minions? Or was she just bored? That's the thing about being an immortal. First, remember, we're talking about Mara being kind of nuts. Lilith's been around since the first age of creation. One of the first humans, which time is weird in these sort of things, but it's probably several billion years. And she's not an ascended entity like us because, well, she still registers as a human being in a lot of ways. So she's essentially all of the problems we have with immortal humans, we have with Lilith. We have with her particular kind of crazy. And it's quite possible, like I said before, that her consciousness has been around for so long that she's gone. She has no logic to her left. None of her actions have any bearing to the real world or anything in it. She is just locked in her particular obsession with gaining ultimate power she had in the first age, which would mean, ironically, Samuel, the rogue seraphim that's been sitting on a CEO board, is the saner of the two, because he's like, screw it. I can't go back to heaven, or the Silver City. I can't go back to the Silver City. I don't want ultimate power because I might unleash some eldritch abominations. I'm just going to chill in my 14 yachts and my 15 mansions and make humans dance to my whim because I am jealous of Gaia's love for them. Which, while saner, is just as twisted. Anyways, I've been going on a bit long. I'm sorry, it's going to be a bit of a short episode, but like I said, you unlock the museum episode as well, so it should drop in close proximity to this one, in which I go over the museum exhibits of Egypt. Yes, it tells you how far behind I am. And the irony being is if you've been going through my interludes playload one at a time, that episode came before this one, because I like to put them all in narrative order, so it's a little easier for people to understand what goes to what. In any case, of course, we shot past the 375th episode a while back. We're at 401 at the time of this recording, and as a result, the 400 will unlock the Transylvanian Museum episode. And of course, when we get to 425, that will be another bonus episode, which of course will come 2 months from now, as this one will come from a month from now. Yeah, I'm really amazed by how you guys are doing this. I think it's awesome. Of course, if you like, share, subscribe. I've already explained to you why subscribe works. And if you really like what I'm doing here, down below, links to the Gummer payment platform. And supporters get access to bonus material at the $1 mark and early access at $2. And of course, they do, at the next stretch goal, they will get to vote on an additional monthly episode. It could be another Secret World lore hunter one, where the series I promised before, where I go around and collect the lore specific to different categories, so get a better idea of the backstory. It could be a live episode for Cultist Simulator or Darkest Dungeon, to that. Also can be a lore episode for Cultist Simulator, that's also on there. And it can be one of my real life ghost stories, because I've been a parapsychologist for a very long time. That was before ghost hunting was trendy. Hey, I am a supernatural hipster, and the hipster dude. Anyways, so I will catch you next time. See you later.
You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours.